We're gonna see if this works. So my phone got turned off yesterday, but I did find magic money. I don't know the last time I fucking recorded, so I cleared out my my Robinhood holdings the other day. It wasn't much. It was about $40. It was good. I could use it. I've been running off at fucking $2 for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But I've been making it work. I haven't fucking died yet. I still have a little bit of food left. Like, I'm actually pretty impressed at the fact that I haven't fucking cracked. But I've been holding on to this share of Hugo Boss. It's like $15. On top of, like, the reason I've been holding it is because I refuse to give it up. I'm holding on to it because I refuse to let them be free of me. But the other day, because I have an ongoing situation with them where they owe me a lot of back pay, and they're giving me a really hard time over it. And I know, like, it does involve, like, labor laws and shit like that, and I know that it would probably be wise. To the average person, I'm sure, like, the wise decision would be like, well, there's two ways to look at it, and there's the school of thought where it's like, all right, just take the L and just fucking forget about it, move on, and just keep going. It's perfectly sound. I get that because of all the trouble that you'd have to go into it, and realistically, it's like, it's only a couple $1,000s. But what ended up happening was they keep on biting their own nose despite their face, because they keep on apologizing to me for not taking care of this. So what that's telling me is, like, okay, well, they recognize that they're doing something wrong. Because if they keep apologizing, what are they apologizing for? Why do they keep saying I'm sorry? I'm sorry for taking so long. Okay. So you realize that you're taking too long. Okay. But what was actually interesting was the day that I finally let go. Because leading up to that is when I let go of my lady friend, who I've been holding on to for like 2 years now. To the point where it almost seemed like unhealthy for me. And towards the end, last week, I felt it becoming unhealthy. I didn't know how to approach it, so I just approached it the best way that I could. And once I started to see how she was reacting to me wanting to pull my energy away from her, I started to recognize, like, you know what, this is bad right now. This isn't good. She's got to go. But at the same time, 2 years. You know how long it's not simple. I've been training myself on how to do that with her specifically, how to let go of her. Over the past year, I've been slowly, like, pulling myself back and just allowing her to come to me. If she wants to talk that bad, if she needs me that bad, she can reach out to me. And that's kind of how I've been trying to reverse the roles on it, because what I noticed is, like, there's times where I would, like, seek her out. I mean, mind you, it's a messenger relationship mostly. So I would write these elaborate essays for her, very emotionally charged. I would never receive any kind of validation or any kind of, like, anything that would really motivate me to continue. Like, I don't know. Because what I was seeking was a relationship with this person. And mind you, I know, I had a relationship with her for 2 years. I wanted a committed relationship, is what I wanted. But by the time by 2 years, it's and she had mentioned to me that she was talking to somebody, and she was surprised. She would hope that I would want this to work out for her, and I do. I totally do, because the way I look at it, because something I've been kind of figuring lately is I'm too good for her. She's not good enough. She's too basic, and she knows it. It's not like I'm just being a dick and saying that. Like she told me herself. She's like, don't waste your time with me. I'm a lost cause. And the funny thing is, like, I started thinking about it. The more I started thinking about it, the more I started to realize, like, holy shit, yeah, she's right. She is, like, not good enough for me at all. I mean, she served a purpose. We both served a purpose in each other's life. But you know what? Maybe as unfit as she is for me, maybe I'm that unfit for her. So this is a good thing. I'm gonna be the big boy. I'm gonna be the big one, the adult, and cut this off. And I don't know. There's a part of me that feels like I kind of went about it in a childish way. I want my journal back. But as soon as I started asking for my things back, is when I started to see, like, because I've done it. I've asked for my stuff back like 3 times, and there's always an excuse about it. And I get like, wait, what? How the fuck is she giving me excuses? Like, this has nothing to do with her. It's not, like, that's me. I thought you were giving me a present. I thought I just wanted to hold on to it. No, you wanted to hold on to it because you thought that you can control me so that I wouldn't go away, because I'm an excellent source of energy, and that's a fact. I am. But what was difficult for me was actually letting this woman go, because for 4 years I wanted to build something with her, and then finally 2 years into it, like, we actually formed a relationship, or started laid the seeds for a relationship between the two of us. And listen, it was some of the best times I've had, especially having somebody else having a partner in life that I could talk to, that I could express my feelings to, without any kind of expectations on anything. But it just got to a point where I realized, like, dude, you're giving. That's all you do is give. Like, you don't get. You get scraps, if anything. So when she told me that she was talking to somebody, that's when I was like, you know what? Perfect. I was hoping you were going to tell me that. No, I wasn't hoping you were going to tell me that, but now that you did, I'm glad, because what that means is I was right. I gotta take everything back. So the journal, I know it's like the most important one too. But I said, fuck it. You know what? You're gonna give me a hard time about it. Just keep it. I'll rewrite it. I have a digital copy just in case some shit like this happens. Don't worry about it. Because here's the thing. It's like, I let go of money. I let go of my son. I let go of my old life. I let go of my home. I let go of money most recently. Nigga, I let you go too. I let her go. I'm letting everything go. I'm trying to cut out everything in my life that does not serve as a positive influence. Because I will not continue to allow people to fucking suck me dry. People, places, or things to suck me dry. Like, I have to. Like, I said to her, I'm starved for affection just in every avenue of my life. Like, I don't feel heard. I don't feel validated. I don't feel anything. Well, I can't. Then her response, like, I can't validate you. Only you can do that, nigga. Dumb fuck. You just validated everything. Thank you. Goodbye now. It's because money. If I had money, like, if my situation was different, trust me. But that's the good thing about it. But my entire family, all my friends, all my family, they're all the same way. Like, I don't get talked. Nobody talks to me. Do you know what I got? You know what I had the most embarrassing, shameful, like, just soul crushing experience this afternoon. My stepfather knocks at my door. 'Cause I live with my mom, my stepfather, and my brother. Knocks at my door. And he goes, "Your mother wants you to clean and scrub your room." What? Yeah, my room's all fucked up because I just don't give a fuck anymore. Like, I have books, notebooks, and journals, and just stuff all over the place. But what does it feel like to be a 42 and 3/4-year-old man, unemployed, living at his mom's house, who has literally 50 cents left in the bank? Because I bought a pretzel last night at 7-Eleven for $1.68, which left me with $11. It feels depressing. It's disgusting. Like, I feel like such a fucking embarrassment. Like, seriously? Let's channel fucking Derek from fucking 2018. Where I first left my career. When I first started writing that book that girl has. What do you think? What was it with it? In the first couple weeks you wrote, never going back to my mother's house, but now here you are, motherfucker. Not only are you fucking living there, we're going on there for 5 fucking years in October. And you know what? Now we still don't have a job. You still aren't making any money. And I got 50 cents in the bank. How do you think about that? 5 years later. I mean, mind you got books and books and books and books and books and books. You got so many goddamn notebooks, son. Like, it'll probably take a lifetime to read them all. But what are you doing? Like, you just had your stepfather relay a message from your mommy who's so sick of you. She doesn't even want to see your face. She wants you gone. She doesn't give a fuck about it. Everybody else is good. It's you that's the problem. Because you walk around with your headphones on, you don't interact with anybody, you keep your headphones on all day, you sit in your room all day, which probably fucking stinks to hell. Like, you have absolutely, like, you don't say thank you, you don't say please, you just do whatever the fuck you want. I mean, granted, I don't rely on anybody to do anything for me. I do wash my own clothes, I do put them away. I do feed myself. I tend to myself. I don't borrow fucking money from anybody. I refuse to ask for anything, for help for anybody. Because what I've noticed from my family, ever since I was a kid, you ask for help, don't even bother. Do not ask anybody that you're related to for help. Because those are the people that will be the first to ignore you. Or say no, they don't try. I don't feel comfortable helping you. What? I once asked my sister first, and my mom, my brother for money. And we're not comfortable. What? Like, nobody really likes me. But you know, the reason they don't like me is because I'm better than them. I've always been. Like, it's just the way that I am. It's my father. Like, the only thing that separates me from the rest of these fucking animals, because I don't think I was watching this. I was listening to this rabbi on YouTube the other day, and he was talking about, like, arrogance and shit like that, and how sometimes people, or was that in the Jewish wisdom book? It doesn't matter. But the idea was that, like, some people, they get so, like, caught up in their own shit and their own arrogance that they think that they're better than human. And I started to I've been thinking about that because I have been kind of having that approach towards things lately, where it's like, fuck you, I'm better than everybody. I'm better than all humans. But it actually just hit me, like, right, hey legs. It just hit me when it just hit me right before I came out here. Like, these aren't humans. These aren't humans around here. These are all animals that are pretending to be human. The first 2 humans died with Adam and Eve. Like, everybody else is an abomination. Like, they're fucking disgusting. I was watching this fucking awesome video the other night about just when you ask somebody, when people are in love, right? You ask them, what do you love about that person? oh, they do this for me, they do that for me, they help me with my bills, they help me do this, da, 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 da. Not like, there's never, well, this person affords me an arena that I can openly express myself in uncomfortable ways to help me stretch myself out. And to kind of at least give me the illusion that there's somebody who gives a shit about me. Even though the illusion is giving a shit about me just so that I can feed them more energy. But here's the thing, and I agree with that whole idea that when you have narcissistic people in your life, because trust me, my family are just narcissists. They're all narcissists, including me. But I'm the only one who will, I'll admit it. I'm a narcissist. I know I'm the shit. I know that my shit doesn't stink. It doesn't stink because everybody's shit stinks. So once everything stinks, then nothing stinks anymore. And if everybody else wants to pretend to be shitty and stinky, go ahead. You all suck anyway. People suck. The best service to other people that you can do is to stay the fuck away from them. Let them all just fucking suffer in their own misery. Because that's what people are doing. People just want to fucking drain other people. Misery loves fucking company. Of course it does. God, fucking piece of shit. I can't fucking be alone in this goddamn place. Everywhere I fucking go, there's that fucking idiot coming. Yeah, because I'm in a pissy mood. I woke up this morning just like kind of like, man, now that I'm thinking about it though, this is the Libra, there's a quarter moon of Libra going on. Well, I mean, it went on last night around like 4 o'clock in the morning. Which is a part of a lunar cycle that's been going on for the past 2 weeks. Or the past week. This is the first checkpoint. Which, going off of the themes of the past 2 cycles, like I see where this is going. This is, right now what we're doing is we're separating the wheat from the chaff in my life. Victories first success. Victories first failures. Because the idea now is to separate the perceived victories from the perceived failures, and then to re-examine those failures and redefine them as victories. Because what we want to do over the course of the next week is build a mountain that's made of victory. Minor victories, nothing huge, just little things. Like this. Got out of the house, started recording, expressing myself. That's 1, 2, 3 victories. Every step is a victory. Every breath, every word, every thought that comes out of my mouth, it's another victory. Every victory is another chain being broken. Why am I afraid to talk about a lot of the shit that I'm talking about right now? Is because the number one rule of my mother is never talk shit about your family. What that translates to, don't ever tell the truth of what happens behind these doors to anybody. That's what that means. It's a self-loathing thing. It's a self-loathing thing that I get from her. The part of me that hates myself is the part of me that I get from her. And I understand that. That's the part of me like I've always wanted to kill off. See, my father is like, I'm like my father in the sense that, or my father's like me in the sense that he's a narcissist, was a narcissist, well, is a narcissist. And that spirit is alive and well in me. Like, I know that I'm better than my situation. I know that I can do better. I know I'm more valuable than the people around me lead me to believe. Because the people around me, they're just waiting for me to either die, get a paycheck, or get the fuck out. And maybe who knows? I like to say that if Daddy had money, everybody would want to be my best motherfucking friend. And I don't disagree with that. I mean, but I know that I have a feeling that if it were to happen, like, because I do plan on making a fuck ton of money. I do. My company, like, one of my intentions is to make money through my company, through my business. And this is my business. I'm working right now. I've been working all day. That thing came through, like, oh, your mother wants you to clean and scrub your room. Why don't you go fuck yourself and do it for me while I'm fucking working? Or get the fuck out of here. Don't fucking bother me. And if you want to say something to me, I'm going to start charging per word. I keep my headphones on and I don't talk to nobody because I don't want to hear it. I'm only here for convenience. Because I have an attachment to my stuff. Because I don't give a fuck about anybody but myself. There's a part of me that does not give a fuck about anybody but myself. There's two parts to me. There's two parts to everybody. There's a selfish one and then there's a selfless one. Right now, the selfish one is in full fucking control because the selfish one is getting really fucking pissed off at the way that people treat the selfless one. Because the selfish one is going, what the fuck? Who the fuck do these people think they are? Who the fuck does she think she is? Who the fuck does he think he is? Do you know what fucking happened the other night? The other night, I'm out in the fucking kitchen eating fucking ramen noodles. So I have something to eat. Because my family doesn't share food. And listen, I'm the type of person where I have to be given permission. Like, you have to invite me to eat. If you don't invite me to eat, I ain't eating. Sorry, like I don't like that feeling that I'm imposing because I can feel other people going, ugh, what are you eating my food for? It's like when that nigga was eating fucking sweet rolls in front of me the other night. I'm eating fucking ramen. Nigga, you eating sweet rolls? Where the fuck's my sweet roll? Nigga, there's still one fucking sitting on top of the fridge. It's probably stale as fuck right now. I'm eating fucking ramen in the kitchen the other day. My brother comes out from his room and he dumps this little container of this red fluid. I'm like, what is that? Oh, it's just wonton soup. I ate all the wontons. As he's dumping it out, like, what kind of piece of shit? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, what? One thing I fucking hate, especially that I don't have money, is wasting food. Put that fucking soup down and I'll fucking drink it. Jesus Christ. Why? Just so I can put something in my fucking stomach. The next fucking 5 days, I'm stuck eating the same chicken over and over and over again. Until I get fucking, and then I get the fucking, I try to fucking put Robin Hood back on my phone, because I fucking deleted it like a dope. To see if my money's settled yet from the $40 of all the holdings that I fucking let go of, because I could use $40. So I put the motherfucker back on my phone this morning, and then it goes, all right, we're gonna text you over a one-time verification code. What? My phone's turned off. My phone got turned off yesterday. Like, I can't even bring music out with me anymore, unless. What I'm doing, like what I did right now, is I had to loop a song that I was willing to listen to for hours so that I didn't have to walk around with no music on. What song? It's called Fuck You by Archive. Fuck You. So fuck you anyway. It's a good song because the thing I like about it is that when I listen to it, I can hear it from both ways, coming at me and coming out of me. Because I can hear every single, in my mind, why it's playing right now. So fuck you anyway. I can see everybody I have ever known and will ever know looking at me going, fuck you. Fuck you. You didn't have the balls to say that to my face? No. Why would I? Why would I waste my time? I can say it to my own face. You live under my roof and this is how you behave? You bet your ass. Ever since I was a kid, I hated my family. I've hated my family for as long as I can fucking remember. I hate every single one of them. And it's sad, I know. But you know why? You know why? I don't know what love feels like. I really don't. I've never felt loved in my life. My mother, I was baggage to my mother. I still am baggage to my mother. Do you know what my biggest regret of my life is? Marrying your father. Do you know how much parents hate it when their kids, when their grown children move back in with them? We had a good relationship for a bit, but the thing is, like, everybody in that house, they blame me. Not everybody. I don't know about everybody. But I know people blame me for their problems. Like, I've been blamed because, you know, your mother's pissed off at me because of the shit that you do. What? You know, mine and his relationship's going down the tubes because of you. What? Did you drink the rum? Because he said you drank the rum. What? He's the only one who knows where it is. What are you talking about? We talk about you when you're not home. What? Why are you telling me these things? And that's the thing is, and I get it. Like people. Listen, I know why. It's to make me like lose my shit because that's how I used to be. Like in my past life, I had no patience for anybody. I would lose my fucking mind. Like, I mean, I was pretty laid back and it would take a lot to kind of push me over the edge. But when you push me over the edge, like, I'm fucking gone. I bugged the fuck out. But, I mean, it's like that saying, right? Is it that guru? If you think that you're enlightened, go spend the weekend with your family. Yeah, if you think you're enlightened, go spend 5 years with your family. Go try to find enlightenment. Living with your family for 5 years. And trust me, I know. Like this, none of this is personal. None of this is like. This is all temporary stuff. Just like with my lady friend, I want nothing but. I was gonna say I want nothing but nightmarish stuff for her, but I want nightmarish stuff for me. Like, I already am living in my nightmare. Like, I hate the fact that I live with my mother. I hate that she's in my life. Hey, little turtle. Turtle. I thought he was gonna sacrifice it. I might. Not against it. Fucking idiots. Nah, but right now I just need a purge. Because yeah, I know I'm getting all pissed off about all this stuff, but just wait. By the time we're done with this, in about an hour and a half, all of this this misery, all this shit that's fucking pissing me off, I will have recognized it as the success that it is, because I have absolutely achieved something that nobody else could have done. The 42 and 3/4-year-old unemployed guy who lives with his mom, that's an illusion. That's make-believe. That's only real for the people who can see it. That's a mask that I wear. You know, people it's not who I am, it's what I do. That's one of those things. It's not who I am, it's who people think I am. It's because they're too too dense, too limited in their own thinking to actually recognize that there's a lot more to me than that. But then also keep in mind that, like I was saying earlier, people do not talk to me. People don't talk to me. I have to, and I don't know if it's like a thing. Oh man, music stop. I don't know if it's a thing where they just don't want to stroke my ego. People have their own shit going on, and I get all that. That's true. Because people do. People have all their own shit that they're going through. I can't give you everything you need when I can't barely even give it to myself. No, I know. And I respect that. But say it. We're not gonna sit there and fucking and validate and listen to shit. And the only way I can get a word out is if people if I just start saying stuff, and then people feel obligated, they can't move, and they're obligated to listen to what I have to say. What do I have to say? What do I have to say? Thank you for the opportunity of letting me stay here for so long, because this has really been the most expansive and evolving experience of my life. I am so grateful to have been able to reforge a relationship with my family, who I have not been able to spend as much time as I would have loved to during my old life. So it's good to have had that chance to rebuild and reforge those relationships and spend as much time with people as I've been able to, because it's like they say, we put too much focus on money and things that don't matter, and we brush away everything that does matter in the pursuit of money. So the only thing we can do is to figure out a way, or allow a way to figure itself out on how to kind of reverse those roles. Instead of trying to save money so that you can do something that you're never going to do, because you're never going to save enough. Let money do its own thing. Don't even worry about money. Just worry about the people around you. Starting with yourself, that's the most important person. Everybody else is just kind of like a background noise, which is why it's good to wear headphones too, because there's a belief that everybody has their own purpose. Everybody has a unique quality, a unique skill that they were put on the earth to kind of to embody, something to make everybody unique. Now, granted, we live in a society where most people believe that they're all the same, which is fine. People don't want to believe that there's separation because they don't believe that they have anything to contribute. So if I don't have anything to contribute, then you can't have anything to contribute either, because it's not fair that you have something unique about you and I don't. So go kill yourself. If you're that useless, if you know that you're that useless, go kill yourself. Then what are you doing? Because once you die, someone else is going to be born that's going to replace you, and hopefully that person will actually embody what it is that you're denying yourself, or what it is that you're denying. Because you're not really even what you think you are. You think you're human. You're just a fucking animal pretending to be something that you're not. You've never even seen a real human before. You see a monkey in an animal suit. That's it. Go eat your bananas and throw your shit at each other, and that's it. Humans have original thoughts. Humans do things. They achieve things. They create things. They don't just consume and destroy and complain and sit on the couch and watch TV all day and just fuck around. And my mother and her husband, you know what they're doing right now? I fucking love it. They're chilling out, enjoying each other's company. Make some drinks, having some snacks, but just fucking enjoying the fruits of their labor. They got 5-day work weeks, those two. 4 to 5 day work weeks. The rest of the time they spend together. It's beautiful. So why the fuck would they want a 42 and 3/4 year old and 32-year-old men living with them? They don't want that shit. Get the fuck out. But I'm also the type of person that likes to take advantage of my situation. So the fact that I have as much freedom as I have been able to afford myself, because this has been going on for 5 years. I quit my career a long time ago. Working for Hugo Boss, that was an experiment. That was an experiment in witchcraft. What can I do with magic? What kind of impact can I make? On the corporate world, if I fully allow myself to step into my power. And granted, mind you, my power wasn't as powerful as I was right now, as I am right now. Or maybe I was. It's just there was a lot more chains holding me down. But what I can recognize is that it was a fucking huge success. Even right now, like, I could be wrong, but I'm expecting to get a paycheck for somewhere between $540 and $680. Or $580 and $640 by Friday. I'm expecting that. Because corporate asked me for some invoices, and those invoices kind of demonstrate that number. So it's really interesting to me to see how the work that I put into that industry is still paying me. It's not paying me as much as it was, but all of that work that I did in the past is paying for the future, which is how I want to model my business after. I don't want to, like, I'm not the money chasing type. And the argument over, am I chasing the money that Hugo Boss owes me? No, I'm not. What I'm doing is I'm not allowing myself to leave money on the table, because that money's already there. What happens is if that money isn't claimed, it goes back into their coffers. But considering I did all the work for that money, I'm not going to allow that money to just be reinserted back into the system. So that money's going to come back to me. And when I get that 640, I'm going to then slap my dick on the table again and go, hey, what about the stipend pay? What about my travel pay? Because I traveled over 165 or 145 hours for you guys. Why am I not getting paid for that? But other people get paid for it. If people are getting paid for it, why am I not getting paid for it? So, cough it up. And that stipend for doing that stipend that nobody told me about, right? The company policy that nobody told me about, that they kept secret from me. Let's go. That too. Put a fucking bow on it. I want a nice fucking, how do you call it? I want a nice fucking cheese assortment to go along with that too, because this is bullshit. You can fucking, I'm not one of your fucking employees that you get to slap around like a bitch and take it. Sorry. That's the kind of power that people should have, but people don't. People are too much pussies. People are too much pussies. Why? Because you're too afraid. You gotta let go of the things that you're afraid of losing. You can't give a fuck. What's the worst they're gonna do? Say no? Name and shame me? Kill me? Send some thugs to beat me up? What's the worst it's gonna have? Sue me? Send me a cease and desist? What? What's the worst my mother's gonna do? Kick me out? Disown me? Call me rotten, spoiled, little fuck? What my stepdad gonna do? Beat me up? And my brother to tag team me? My brother and his friends? They're gonna come and get me? Come and jump me? I'll be a pariah? Treated like a fucking leper? That's possible. Is that really the worst? I'm not gonna have money ever again? I don't know. I'm gonna have money in a couple days. And if I could fucking get my phone turned back on, which fuck it. Like if I gotta wait another fucking week for money, okay, whatever. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter at this point. You can't beat me down. How much more can I get beat down? You know what I mean? But the way I look at it and the way that I'm running my business and the way that I'm gonna figure this out, I don't give a fuck if it takes me fucking forever. If I don't figure it out till the day before my last day, motherfucker, I'm gonna figure out how to get retro paid for everything I've been doing so that I don't have to worry about chasing money anymore. The money's just there. The money's there because of all the work I've already done. Like what? You're gonna have to pay and find out. Like this. All the other fucking 100 videos that I fucking put up on this motherfucker. Like, this is the shit that's gonna pay for me. Like you watch this right now, right? You're watching it. I don't know what fucking day it is. I don't know what year it is. I don't know. But my hope is that when you're watching this, I'm already reaping the rewards of all of the work that I put into this. Like, I don't need to worry about doing nothing else. I'm having my sushi for breakfast. You gonna have sushi for breakfast? Yeah, you're gonna have sushi for breakfast. And you're gonna have it for lunch and dinner too. I'll be having sushi for breakfast, and I'm gonna be having breakfast for dinner. I have pancakes and bacon with Cinnabon syrup for dinner. I have a fucking tomahawk steak for breakfast. I wake up, grill that bitch, eat that. Why are you eating dinner for breakfast? Because that's what I fucking do now. You might even need a peanut butter and jelly for dinner. How about that? Won't be the first time. I don't, and maybe that's my problem. If unlike other people that are trying to be more independent in the way they live their lives, look at this shit. Go look on YouTube, right? Go search on YouTube. What's the common denominator between everybody? Don't forget to hit / like, and subscribe. And click the bell. This way you always get notifications when I drop new stuff for you. That's all people. Hey, let me know what kind of content you want me to make. The fuck? Listen, you ever tell me what kind of content to make? I will make the complete exact opposite just out of fucking spite. And I sure as fuck am not gonna ask for what do you think about this? What do you think I should do? What's something that you want to hear me talk about? Fuck you. You're gonna listen to what I want to talk about. And if you don't want to listen to it, fuck off. I'm not gonna fucking chase down your approval. My approval comes from me. My fucking life has taught me one fucking thing. Do not seek approval for anybody, because even if they do give it to you, the chances are they're probably bullshitting you. That's a really sad way to look at it. Yeah. Is it though? Is it though? Because who's the one seeking out fucking validation from other people? Me or you? I don't give a fuck if you're watching this. This could go fucking nowhere. But you know, God's telling me, God, Satan, Goddess, they're all pointing me in the fucking direction to go, here, just fucking do this. Actually be real. Everybody else, you talk to people, that's all scripted. And you know what I really love? The editing. When you watch videos of people, pay attention to the cuts. There's very slight, very precise, just cuts that don't fit in. You can see where there's like missing footage. Well, that's to edit it, to make it look more professional. Right, because more professional equals more better, especially when everybody's doing the exact same thing as everybody else. Does anybody know how to be original? Well, I'm talking about my personal experience with this thing. Oh, good for you. So am I. What else are you, what are you doing? What are you doing except for seeking people to smash the like button? You're just doing it for money. You don't give a fuck. It's not about like trying to understand shit. It's just about talking about yourself and getting people to follow along with the way to follow along with the way that you do things. I'm the only motherfucker that needs to be following me. I'm the only person that I need to be fucking listening to. I'm the only motherfucker I should be caring about. So why put this shit on here? Because why the fuck not? Because you know what? It's an outlet for me, and it's fucking scary as shit. You know how fucking scary this is? Do you have any idea how fucking nerve-wracking this is? But the more that you do it, the less scary that it becomes, and the more easy that it is, so that we can now take that same courage to do this and go out into life and do the same thing. I didn't spend the last 5 years fucking cooped up in a fucking hole, motherfucker. I just spent the past fucking 8 months fucking traveling around to a couple different states working for a company I don't want to work for. And before that, I was spending the last fucking 10 months working for that same company at a store I didn't want to fucking work for. So that I can get the experience of what it's like to fucking be the fucking boss of a company that technically isn't mine. So I can get some business experience. So I can get some fucking administrative experience. So I can get some fucking managerial experience. So I can get some customer service experience. So I can get some fucking retail experience. So I get some fucking experience doing things that I wouldn't normally be doing, but I could take fucking something away from them and apply those same principles and concepts to the things that I am doing in ways that they weren't originally intended for, so that I can do something that fucking nobody else is doing, because I'm the only fucking one that can do it. What do I want to be doing with myself? I want to be doing something that nobody else but me can do. That's what. And I don't give a fuck about setting trends. I mean, that would be cool. I do like that idea. I love that idea. You know why that motherfucker does that? Because he's copying me. I love that idea. My ego loves that idea. I see it. Little sycophants. My God, Derek, Mr. Toxic, you're so smart. Can you say something? We pay you to talk? Yeah, give me all your fucking money. I'll say all the things. This is what we want you to talk about. I don't give a fuck. How about this? I'll just talk for 2 hours about why I don't give a fuck. I have this random encounter that I usually bump into. This older gentleman that I bump into on my walks. Real cool guy. But he asked me something. He's like, "Yo, the life of a fucking outlaw." I don't have to give a fuck about anything. Hell yeah, man. Tell me about it. We do what the fuck we want. Outlaw Incorporated. Why even bother with the whole incorporation thing? Why? Because I want to start a business. I wanted to start a business. I'm going on 3 years. I'm a 3-year-old business owner. Like, who the fuck are you? Oh, you got 10 years of experience folding shirts. That's cool. I got 3 years experience of fucking operating a fucking organization. Research, development, management. I do all the things. It's all me. I've developed my own calendar system. Like, developing. You get the fuck out of here. The fuck you do. You clock in, you clock out, and you take orders. You're someone else's bitch. You got 10 years of being a bitch. Congratulations. Pat yourself on the back. Yeah, good job. Good job. What did you actually get out of it? More debt, more bills. So awesome. You love it. You love debt? You love bills? You love people telling you when to wake up, when to go to sleep? Nobody tells me when to go to sleep. No? No? Did you remember to set your alarm clock so you don't wake up late for work tomorrow? Fuck you. You're welcome. I wake up whenever the fuck I want. I go to sleep whenever the fuck I want. But here's the difference. I'm working. You clock in. You got to clock in. You got to clock out. I don't clock in and I don't clock out. I'm working all day, all night. I don't have some asshole telling me what to do, except for me. But all I'm doing all day is doing stuff that's related to me. Because any asshole can go out and start an electric company, start a tiling company, start a clothing company, just do any kind of shit that you want to do. But no one can do what I'm doing. Because you're not smart enough. 2, you don't know enough things. 3, you're too fucking lazy. That's why nobody could ever do what I'm doing. You're just walking around in circles recording yourself. Yeah, why don't you go write 115 books in 5 years? You go do that and we'll have a conversation. Go start a business and have it last for fucking 3 years. Go do the amount of inner shadow, dark, fucking light worker work that I've been doing for the past fucking 5 years. Yeah? The digging into the fucking gunk and the grime. All the fucking training, all the fucking schooling, all the learning, all of the writing, all the processing, all the experimentation. Who the fuck? And what do people do? People go to their fucking jobs, they go clock in for a couple hours, piss off, clock out, go home, eat your shitty dinner, and then watch your shitty TV shows. Or your shitty fucking Netflix shows. So you can numb the fucking pain of how miserable and useless your life is and meaningless. Alright, listen, I was doing the same thing. I was in the same spot. I used to go to sleep every single fucking night, begging and praying not to wake up in the morning because I couldn't fucking stand the idea of having to fucking live this life over forever. And I'm kind of feeling that right now. And it's not that I don't like what I do. I fucking love what I do. I love doing this. I love my fucking writing. I love my social media writing. I love just fucking thinking. I love staring at the wall listening to fucking music. I love listening to audiobooks and learning things I didn't think of before. I like breaking down people's fucking minds and seeing how it fits in with mine. Like when I go back, I'm probably going to watch Masterclass for a little bit. Find a really cool masterclass that I haven't seen and just kind of get into the flow of what it's like to be somebody who does something that I don't ever plan on doing. Why? Because there's going to be a fucking nugget of wisdom that they have inside of their minds that I need in order to accomplish what I need to do so that I can be on the fucking other side of that goddamn camera. You bet your ass I'm going to fucking do a masterclass. I can't fucking wait. And a Mind Valley course too. Why the fuck not? I already wrote 115 books, maybe more. Right now I'm writing one strictly with my left hand using 13 different colored pens. Do you know how much fucking dexterity, patience, and focus that takes to actually do it? I'm only a quarter of the way through, but I'm a quarter of the way through after a month. Because it's fucking difficult. My longest writing session was 2 hours and 15 minutes. Do you know what it's like to fucking sit there for 2 hours and 15 minutes just moving your hand? There's no stopping, there's no breaking, there's no thinking, there's no nothing. You just write. It's called automatic writing. You don't think about where the fucking words are coming from, you just know that they're coming and they gotta come the fuck out. I don't give a fuck what they say, who they're about, what they're about. Just get them onto that motherfucking paper. You read that bitch, it'll take you fucking 2 seconds to fucking read that thing. But you know it took me 2 hours to fucking write it. Why? Because it's an experiment with time, in a sense. Condensing time. Fuck. I'm gonna have so much fucking money, it's disgusting. Like, I have so much, and it doesn't stop. I mean, there's points in time where, like, I feel as if I'm kind of running out of shit, but I have so much stuff that it's like, the reason that happens is like, I don't know where to focus my time and my energy. So what I do is like, when I don't have anything, when I'm bored, what I try to do is like, all right, this is that time, this is that period of time where I just gotta stop. Just stop and think for a little bit. Just let your thoughts go. You mean meditate? You want to call it that? If you feel like you're stuck, it's because there's something that you're overlooking. There's something that you're not. There's something from the past that you're not paying attention to. So, like, you're gonna be stuck until you stop distracting yourself and look at that thing. Now, mind you, most people, like, I know when I finally got down with that, like, when I first started meditating, practicing, I couldn't do it for more than like a couple minutes at a time. I was too fucking antsy. I remember it took me months to get to 8 minutes. Now I could do it all fucking day. I could do it all day. Something I'll do is, depending on the book, I'll put an audiobook on and I'll just fucking lie there and listen to it the whole time. Cram a fucking 6 to 9 hour book in 3 to 4.5 hours. I mean, it feels like my fucking brain is like overstuffed, is bloated with fucking information, but it's better to be bloated with information than to be fucking completely dead ass empty. Like, I'm doing this project now. I just kind of gave myself a pep talk this morning. So something I'm gonna do is like, I got to start incorporating more books. There's like a bunch of books that I'm reading, but what I need to start doing is to write about what it is that I'm reading after I read it. This way I can kind of like solidify everything that's going on inside of me so that I can take away and extract everything that I need to from it. I love that idea. I kind of want to go back and start reading Brave New World. I love A Brave New World so much. It's one of my favorite books ever. I first read it when I was a kid. So I think it was required reading at the time. So right now I'm reading, well, here's what I got going on right now. Jewish Wisdom for Business Success. This is an amazing book. It's fucking absolutely amazing. The Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion, which is supposedly one of the most anti-Semitic books in history, but it's actually really good and not too inaccurate. I started reading the Tibetan Book of the Dead, which is, again, very good. The Book of Mistakes. I fucking love the Book of Mistakes. 5 Day Weekend, which is pretty terrible, but in a cool way. I mean, it's fun. Communist Manifesto. I'm still, like, where am I at that? Where am I at? Chapter 4. So I'm almost done. Oh yeah, this is the last chapter. And then Das Kapital. Abridged. This I'm actually excited for. I love communism. I think communism is so cool. Zodiac and the Swastika, that's another good one. That's by Wilhelm Wolff. That was Himmler's personal astrologer. It's his autobiography. It's wild. And as an astrologer, like I know what he's talking about, so it's like, oh shit. Like I'm learning, like I actually learned techniques that I've been able to reverse engineer for myself, which is pretty cool. Mein Kampf, that's another fucking great one. There's some actually really good insights in that book. Then I haven't started these yet. Vampire Chronicles, that was alright. Tantric Sex, that was a good one. I didn't finish it. I only got a couple chapters in, but I want to reread that one. Star Wars, Splinter of the Mind's Eye, that was the original one. There's Julius Caesar. Astrology for Lovers. Moonchild by Aleister Crowley. Like, I've read into that book. That's a really cool one. Now, I'm not a disciple of Aleister Crowley. I'm more of a contemporary of. CEO Excellence. That's another one I want to fucking get into. The Revolt of the Angels. That I read a little bit of, but Book of Pluto, that's pretty good. Breaking the Jewish Code. That one I got to get back into. The Vagrant, like that. The Untethered Soul. The Witch's Book of Mysteries. I haven't started that one yet. Yeah, but that's kind of what's on my reading list. Because, I mean, what you're doing is you're getting access to somebody else's mind. That's the big bonus to fucking reading anything is I get a ponytail, so that you can step outside of your own mind for a little bit and then start making sense of somebody else's mind in your own mind. It's a form of fucking telepathy if you really think about it. It's a raw form of telepathy. Let's see. All right, do you want to do a chapter? Okay, let's do it. All right, so we're gonna read protocol number 7 of the protocols of the learned elders of Zion. And this is, listen, object of the intensification of armaments, ferments discord and hostility all over the world, checking the opposition of the Goyim by wars and by universal war. Secrecy means success in the political, the press, and public opinion, the guns of America, China, and Japan. Okay. Hi. I'm looking at my hairline. The intensification of armaments, the increase of police forces are all essential for the completion of the aforementioned plans. What we have to get at is that there should be in all the states of the world, besides ourselves, only the masses of proletariat, a few millionaires devoted to our interests, police and soldiers. Throughout, there we go. Now the lighting. Let me see if I can change that. Yeah, it's good enough. Throughout all Europe and by means of relations with Europe and other continents also, we must create ferments, discords, and hostility. Therein, we gain a double advantage. In the first place, we keep in check all countries, for they well know that we have the power whenever we like to create disorders or to restore order. As in, we are the arbiters of order and disorder. All these countries are accustomed to see in us an indispensable force of coercion. In the second place, by our intrigues, we shall tangle up all the threads which we have stretched into the cabinets of all states by means of the political, by economic treaties, or loan obligations. In order to succeed in this, we must use great cunning and penetration during negotiations and agreements. But as regards what is called the official language, we shall keep to the opposite tactics and assume the mask of honesty and compliancy. In this way, the peoples and governments of the Goyim, those are non-Israelite people, whom we have taught to look only at the outside of whatever we present to their notice, will still continue to accept us as the benefactors and saviors of the human race. So basically, just don't look into what we're saying. Just accept it as for face value. It's a conspiracy. We must be in a position to respond to every act of opposition by war with the neighbors of that country which dares to oppose us. But if these neighbors should also venture to stand collectively together against us, then we must offer resistance by universal war. The principal factor of success in the political is the secrecy of its undertakings. The world should not agree with the deeds of the diplomat. We must compel the governments of the Goyim to take action in the direction favored by our widely conceived plan, already approaching the desired consummation. By what we shall represent as public opinion, secrecy prompted by us through the means of that so-called great power, the press, which, with the few exceptions that may be disregarded, is already entirely in our hands. In a word, to sum up our system of keeping the governments of the Goyim in Europe in check, we shall show our strength to one of them by terrorist attempts and to all, if we allow the possibility of a general rising against us. We shall respond with the guns of America or China or Japan. Jesus. Like, I know that this is a prophecy of a worldwide war. Like, when was this book? This was before World War II, also. I don't know, like, what do you see? What do you see what do you hear when you read that? Like, this is like the earliest 20th century that this book is written. What I'm seeing is the blueprints for the world we live in right now. So what do you do? Well, here's the thing, and I've considered this, is like, what do you do? What could you do? There's nothing you can't do. The more that you try to, it's something I've learned through just the study of history, is that, like, the more that you try to prevent something from happening is exactly how you go about making it happen. So the only thing that you can do is allow the world to fucking burn itself to the ground and just be prepared. Do your own due diligence to rebuild it in your mind. What do you have to do to rebuild society? Start with one person, okay? I'm starting with myself. I'm the center of all things. I mean, granted, I would bet you that this idea is so old that even if it were real at one point, that it's not anymore. Even though, I mean, I am a New World Order person. I do believe in that. There's a world government behind the world governments. Who governs the governors? Who governs the governed? Who governs the governors? The governments that we have are just middle management. It's not like they're actually doing something. But I think at the very least, and this is the mindset that I put myself in when I read this, is, all right, this is for me. I needed to find this. I needed to find this for my own well-being. My own well-being, but for my own future as well. It's like, ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to be the sovereign ruler of all the world. So right now I see the blueprint of how learned masters who came before me already laid the foundation for me to be in the position that I'm in, to kind of just go, okay, yeah, I can see it. I feel it. And I know, like, when it comes to religious stuff, to religious workings, like, people discount religion for one reason or another, maybe because God doesn't grant their wishes for them, but at the same time, that's not God's job. That's not why God put you here, to grant your wishes for you, especially if you're not going to take the steps to prove that you're even worthy of it. Like, Jewish wisdom for business success. right? It's a fucking amazing book. And what the story it tells, at least in the very first chapter, like it even gets into that. It was when Moses was leading the Israelites out of Egypt, and they were in front of the Sea of Reeds, and the Egyptian army was bearing down on them, and all the people were bugging the fuck out. And Moses let them like do their thing. Moses let them fucking bug out all they wanted, but then he finally, once they all say their piece, he's like, all right, yeah, but you gotta understand, like, you see these motherfuckers now, this is the last time you're ever gonna see them. So get the fuck up and let's take the first step. Because God's not gonna wipe our ass if we just sit here complaining. If you want God to help you, you have to take the first step to make it happen. So let's go take a step into the waters. And that's what they did. They took their step, and then the fucking seas fucking split. And the idea, and even in the book, it's like, it doesn't matter if this really happened or not. It's not about the historical fact. It doesn't matter. If it did, awesome. If it didn't, awesome. But the point of the story is to show you that you have to take the first step. If you want a miracle to happen, you have to actually like go, okay, I'm willing to believe that it's possible, but then also take the first step towards doing it on my own. Because if you can show God that you're willing to fucking like put your balls on the line for some impossible thing, then don't be surprised when that impossible thing actually happens. And that I can attest to it from my own experiences. It's like, sometimes you gotta say fuck it. There's my girl fucking Anila Sanita, I forgot her name. Spiritual bad bitch. I like her. But she's got this video about this thing she calls the fuck it method. And sometimes you just gotta say fuck it. I have an entity called the fuck it factor. It's spelled phonetically. This way it gets past the censor boards. But the tagline is, because sometimes you just gotta say fuck it. Like, you have to say fuck it. If you're not willing to say fuck it and put everything on the line and go, I don't give a fuck. Like, like I was saying before, like I've been running off of fucking $2 for the past 3 weeks. And that's an exaggeration. So I had $8 after I went food shopping because I wanted to quit. I wanted to lay off cigarettes. I wanted to allow myself to feel the emotions that were being suppressed by me smoking. And the only way to make me stop smoking is I can't have money. If I have money, I'm going to buy cigarettes because I love smoking. I just do. So, in order for me to process those emotions that I've been building up for so long, because I've been smoking for a really long time, and for me to actually really get to the bottom of them, that what I needed to do was not have any money, so I couldn't buy cigarettes. So what I did was I went out and bought some groceries, and literally just enough to get me by for these 2 weeks. And because I believed that something would happen, that money would present itself to me in one way, shape, or form. And yesterday I got an email from Friday, I got an email from Hugo Boss asking me for the invoices for the expenses that I needed paid out still. 4 months old. 2 months. 2 months. It's taken 2 months to get a response about this expense report. And you know what? It's going to happen. I sent them all my invoices. I sent them more invoices than I needed to, just to make their jobs a little bit easier. But it's coming. And if my belief is correct and that money shows up on Friday, then that money that I spent a couple weeks back, and I said, you know what, this is going to get me through. Not only did it get me through, but it got me through to the point that it held me over until Uncle Hugo was ready to capitulate. Which is fucking so amazing. Which is what happened last time too. A couple weeks back. About a month, maybe a little bit more than a month back. The same thing happened. I was running out of money, and then on a very specific day, that money just showed up. It's like $640. Alright, that just made my fucking day. I wasn't expecting it either. Like, I just looked and it was there. I went, what? Fuck yeah. You manifested it. No shit, I manifested it. But the actions, the steps required for me to actually manifest that money, that was me setting myself up for the future months ago. I had no idea I was going to be in the situation I was in. I had no idea that everything was going to work out so perfectly that the money that was being withheld from my check was just going to make it back to me right as I was about to run out of money. And now that I'm out of money again for 3 weeks. This was 3 weeks I started this project. I had fucking $70 in my bank account, and I was gonna go get a burrito. But a fucking burrito costs fucking $20 with chips. Fuck out of here. So I went, just do the fucking big boy thing and go to the grocery store. So I walked down to fucking Walmart. I don't have a car. I walked down to Walmart, 15-minute walk. Filled up a fucking bag, one of the heavy duty bags, with $59 or $65 worth of fucking groceries, and then I had like $8 left in my bank account. Whatever left me with $8. And then earlier that day, I had taken a Lyft to the dispensary down the street so I can pick up supplies, my edibles, for my 10-day supply, which cost me like $100. It only cost me like $70, but with the Lyft, there and back, it's another fucking $25 tacked on. So I didn't know this for another 2 days, but apparently Lyft had put a $15 hold on my bank account. So after I was without cigarettes for 2 days, like I was bugging the fuck out. I had the whole thing recorded. I was actually sitting right over there. It's in one of these fucking videos. I couldn't even tell you which one, but it's in there. So I fucking I'm 2 days without cigarettes, like I'm losing my shit. And then I come out here, lose my shit even more. Actually, this right here, see this? We were doing a ritual. We were doing a woods ritual. And then something told me to check my bank account, and the money was put back. And the first thing I did was, I went to go buy a pack of cigarettes. It was the fucking best pack of cigarettes ever. It's my magic pack. So I smoked those, and then as soon as I finished smoking those, that was it. That was all the money right there. Then I dropped down to fucking like $7, I think, or $4, something. I had enough to go buy a couple snacks at 7-Eleven last week, or the week before. But I finished that pack of cigarettes, and something told me, I had this pack of like, they were called Shaman Smokes. It was hemp cigarettes that I got when I was in Lancaster over the winter. And something told me to smoke one of those because I needed to smoke a cigarette really bad. And I fucking opened up the pack, and one of my cigarettes were actually in the pack. That pack of Shaman Smokes had been sitting there for months. And for one reason or another, I put an American Spirit Dark Green in that pack. And when I opened it, boom, there it was. What? So I smoked that, and then I smoked the rest of the Shaman Smokes for the next day. And I've been without cigarettes ever since. I mean, the Shaman Smokes don't count. They're fucking hemp. Taste terrible. But I like the act of smoking, so they serve their purpose. So it wasn't like all for naught. So since then, and I think that was last week. I have to go back to my notes to find out. I don't really know. Might have been 2 weeks ago. It wasn't last week. It was the week before. And then the week before that, yeah. So we're going on fucking almost a month without money. And part of the reason for that is because a big part of my journey over the past, since October, has been this fear of money. And fear of not having money, fear of running out of money, fear of, like, having to get a job. A regular job. But yeah, even in October, the same shit happened. I was fucking running out of money. I had my boy's wedding. I didn't have enough money for my hotel room. I didn't have enough money for the shoes. Didn't have enough money to give him money for his wedding. But everything worked out. I asked God for a sign, and God sent me a sign. A tangible sign, like a legit sign that was like, what? And then all my money problems went away. Not that quick. It took about 2 weeks for the money problems to go away, but it worked out. All that stress from the money, like I should be stressing the fuck out right now. But over the past fucking 10 months, all of the stress, my body has gone through enough money stress that it doesn't even feel it anymore. It doesn't even register on my, like, give a fuck meter. You clear out somebody's bank account and you fucking see how they act right now. Me, I don't know. Like, I just don't give a fuck. There's 50 cents in my bank. My bank has 50 cents in it. My Robinhood account has $40 in unsettled money that's waiting to come into my bank account so I can go buy a pack of cigarettes. But I have to wait till my phone gets turned on first. So I have to wait for this Yugo money, which might not show up until Friday. Maybe. I have to wait for that so that I can pay my phone bill, which isn't much. It's only like $51. So that I can get the verification code for Robinhood to put the fucking $40 in my bank account. And you know, it's probably a good thing that happened, because I'd be checking this motherfucker every single day to see if that money's settled. Did you get anything from this book, by the way? The intensification of armaments, the increase of police forces are all essential for the completion of the aforementioned plans. What we have to get at is that there should be in all states of the world besides ourselves, only the masses of the proletariat, a few millionaires devoted to our interests, police and soldiers. Yeah, that's literally that's it. I mean, that's where we're at right now, is it not? You can't say shit about Jews. If you say anything about Jews, you're anti-Semitic. I can be considered anti-Semitic just for fucking reading this right now. Meanwhile, I've declared myself a Jew. Unorthodox Jew supreme is what I'm still learning, but I do it my way. So yeah, the masses of the proletariat. You know what the proletariat is? It's the working class. That's the working class who just fucking goes to work, clocks in, clocks out, goes home, eats dinner, goes to sleep, wakes up, clocks in, clocks out, goes home, eats dinner, goes to sleep, wakes up, and then sometimes you get to go enjoy the weekend. There's the police. There's the soldiers to fight the wars, and then there's the few millionaires or budding millionaires who own the businesses that the proletariats work for. But meanwhile, the millionaires are throughout all Europe, and by means of relations with Europe, in other continents also, we must create ferments, discords, and hostility. Therein, we gain a double advantage. In the first place, we keep in check all countries, for they well know that we have the power whenever we like to create disorders or to restore orders. Keep fucking with us and we're going to make your life a living hell. Don't pay me what I want, I'm going to be a HR nightmare. All these countries are accustomed to see in us an indispensable force of coercion. In the second place, by our intrigues, we shall tangle up all the threads which we have stretched into the cabinets of all states by means of the political, by economic treaties, or by loan obligations. Which means we own you. We have people in positions of power that you don't even fucking know about. Every little thing that you do is because we allow you to fucking do it. In order to succeed in this, we must use great cunning and penetration during negotiations and agreements. But as regards what is called the official language, we shall keep the opposite tactics and assume the mask of honesty and compliancy. In this way, the peoples and governments of the Goyim, whom we have taught to look only at the outside of whatever we present to their notice, will still continue to accept us as the benefactors and saviors of the human race. This is just like a lot of shit. This is like really fucked up. Because this is humanity. Ambiguous employment of juridical rights, assistance of the Masonic Directorate, special schools and super educational training, economists and millionaires, to whom to entrust responsible posts in government. Get the fuck out of here, man. I fucking hate people. Like, I'm fucking walking home. Yeah, why the fuck? I said all the things. Like, I don't really need to continue repeating myself. Yeah, while most people sit around waiting for the New World Order to come and save their lives, some of us actually have to fucking develop it and figure out what the hell it's gonna be like for you. So, it's like a top-down thing. The thing I like about communism, the ideas I like about communism, and I'm not talking about that bullshit now, and Antifa and all of these like fascist groups that try to pretend to know what, that they just use their own interpretations of things, really. But the thing I like about communism, one of the ideas I like is the destruction of the family. There's no more family. You are just a cog in the machine. That's all you need to worry about. It's like worker bees. Like you're born, you're harvested, you're put into the workforce to keep society running. Like, people have too much individualism right now. They have so much individuality that they can't even see it. Or maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's the opposite way around. Maybe that's exactly how things are right now. Because you're really not supposed to think outside the box too much. You're not supposed to be unique. You're not supposed to be special. You're supposed to think that you're not an original snowflake. Meanwhile, some people say you are. There's this rabbi that I watch on YouTube, and he was saying exactly that. He's like, you have a unique gift. Even this book, Jewish Wisdom for Business Insight, or for Business Success, like one of the early chapters, I think it's like chapter 2, where it even says, it's like, you have to reconnect with that part of you that only you know. That uniqueness that's within you. You can't be true to that. Then what are you even doing? And that's what I mean. Like, I don't think the protocols of the learned elders, I don't think that's for everyone. Not all the Jews are gonna think like that, but there's gonna be some. You can't say that there is nobody in the world that wants to have a fucking one world order. I mean, you wouldn't even know if there was. There already is. What the fuck am I talking about? There already is. I don't think it's as organized as it could be. I think that's why there's so much mess in the world. They're waiting for somebody to kind of step up and fucking put the daddy pants on and go, fuck you, this is how it's working now. Fuck you, this is how it's working now. Everybody listen to me. Raise your hand if you want to kill yourself. Okay, go. You're on. Go. Please. Would you rather be dead or alive? I don't give a fuck. As of right this second, do you want to be dead or alive? You want to be dead? Go kill yourself. That's your job. This world has no use for people that are of no use. If that's what you want to do with yourself, go do it. Right? That's your obligation. To free the world of you. I appreciate that. Alright, so everybody else who wants to live, what do you want to do? See, this is where the problem comes into play too, because part of me wants to go, okay, what does everybody want to do with their life? What do you want to do for a job? What's your dream job? And most people's dream jobs are jobs that somebody else made. No. Like, what do you want to do with yourself? Me, I want to talk. I want to listen to myself talk. I want to write. I want to speak. I want to do what I'm doing. Not just here, but in other places too. And I like talking about how great I am. I like talking about how great I am in places that I don't consider to be great. I'd like to start talking about how great I am in places that I think are great. That would be great. How you doing, my friend? I think we're almost getting on the same schedule.
Yeah, you're right.
Where place I've never been to before. I've been seeing a lot of videos of China and just images of places around the world. I've just like, a place like that exists? I don't know. It's one place, I don't know, it's called like the Ivory Hills or something, and there's like these white, I guess, stones sticking out of the ground. I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm looking at the video, just going, what the fuck is that? I want to go there. I want to touch that thing. Like this. Like, look at this. This is what we're trying about. It's not bad. It's just... What is it? Like, there's somebody who lives in fucking Sri Lanka or wherever the hell it is in China that has these just natural white formations. Do they look at this and go, whoa? Look how level the ground is. Everything's so flat. That's amazing. How do they do that? Whoa, is that a fucking telephone pole? So wild. Look at that birch tree. Look at that stand of birches. That's intense. Some vines. Some bushes with some vines. You're gonna shit on everything. Why don't you just fucking leave? Who's shitting on anything? I'm marveling. the beauty of nature. And just the complexity of the flatness. It's not flat, mostly flat. I believe that all of the work I've been doing over the past 5 years is what's going to fund me getting to go do all the things I want to do. Like a staff. Do I want a staff? I think I can handle a staff. I'd like some motherfucker to be carrying my fucking camera for me. So I don't have to do this shit. But then again, like, keep it simple. I don't need all that shit. How much money do I want to be paying myself? Enough money where I don't have to worry about anyone or anything ever again. I want at least one government to come to me for a loan. That would be something. I'd like acknowledgement for being the fucking top of the pyramid of one world order. I want the unlimited credit card where I just do whatever the fuck I want. I don't have to pay anything. Money is for humans. Money's for going. That's what money's for. It's to keep you going. We can print unlimited amounts of money. There are unlimited amounts of money. There's unlimited types of money. I want money from every country. I want real money. I want big money. I want digital money. I want shit that people go, that's not money. This is money. This is fucking value. Everything I say is of value. Everything I do is of value. Everything I do and say is money. I am money. The whole is to increase your own value. I make you smarter just by fucking talking. Is it Saturday? Is it Monday? Yeah. That's just. Listen, in a world where nobody appreciates you, if you can't appreciate yourself, I mean, you're kind of fucked. If I can't, like, and listen, this isn't even me blowing smoke in my ass. This is me being serious. This is me being dead serious about just from observing my own experience and seeing what I'm capable of. I go, I can do anything I fucking desire. Even being the fucking king of the Jews, and the fucking Jews go, oh, that's our king. I accept. Not the shitty Jesus way. Jesus was a scrub. Talks a lot of shit. It wasn't wrong, but he was more of a divider than a uniter. I'm all about uniting. I like the idea of uniting all the religions because you can. It's very simple. I've been having these arguments with fucking people like 2 times in the past couple of days. I've heard that the fucking Quran, Islam, or the Quran just fucking copies the Bible. But yeah, because they tell the same story. It's a story of a prophet. It's not fucking coming to Messiah. It's coming to one guy teaching you how to fucking be your own person. suck Jesus' dick and act like this dude was like the end all be all. Meanwhile, you fucking I don't want to say a dime a dozen, but these guys aren't as rare as you think. There's at least one every generation. Maybe two. So, what can you learn from them? That's another thing, the fucking ignorant ass motherfuckers. Take a shit on Jesus. Like, nothing to learn on the Bible. Of course there's something to learn from the fucking Bible. You gotta read it though. Fucking idiot. Yeah, there's gonna be some people who fucking take it literally. There's some people who think it's Star Wars. I'm one of them. But at the same time, when I read fucking Darth Plagueis or Darth Bane, like there's valuable lessons that I take away from everything that I'm getting out of it, from everything that I'm reading. It's like the protocols of Zion. Hey, I get something out of that. There's valuable lessons to learn from it. Be mindful of the shit that's going on in the world around you, because you never know who's fucking actually in control of it. Listen, I can't help that a fucking book from the fucking early 20th century just happens to be fucking detailing exactly the way that things are right now. But I know that when I Google this book, there's so many things like, oh, that the protocols that's been debunked so many times. It has? By whom? How? How do you debunk something like that? Oh, that's not true. We wouldn't do that. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the motherfucker who wrote it. Because it's real. It came from someone's mind. I'd have to look into it, but this book may have actually been written before the fucking communist takeover of Russia. Like, what? The destruction of religion as well. That's another thing of the Communist Manifesto is get rid of religion. Take the faith away from people. And you like, that doesn't mean that the people in charge aren't religious. Fucking idiots. It's for you. You put yourself, people think that they're on the same level with, no, they really don't. People know that they're not on the same level. It's just ignorance. Like the highest degree of fucking ignorance is what most people have. Like this guy over here, like I'm sure he's a fucking cool ass dude. Ignorant as a motherfucker. Every single person here is ignorant. They don't know shit. Just do what they've been told. Buy a house. Get married. Have a kid. Get a good job. Retire. Die. Go fuck yourself. Get a good job with a pension. Everybody here is a slave. They're a slave to something. A slave to their bills. A slave to their spouse. A slave to their job. Brother went to work today. He's gonna go to work tomorrow too. It's a cool job, but gotta pay his bills. If you weren't getting paid to do what you're doing, would you be doing what you're doing? If you weren't getting paid to do what you do, would you still do what you do? If you're not willing to do your job for free, It's not a job. As much as you want to tell yourself and convince yourself that things are a certain way for you, it's not. You're not who you think you are. You're not your bank account. That's another thing. Success is determined by money. What? This world. I could shit on people all day. I'm tired of it. I'm over it. I'm gonna go read and continue straightening up my room. So my mommy doesn't get mad at me. I want to be a bad son.